See, there's Allison. Oh, do you want to be there too, Diego? Yeah. Okay, there's Diego. Okay. Okay, we're on page 52. We're going to do the Franklin. So the Franklin's all about food, just like the Prioress is all about how you eat your food, the manners. Okay. And I'll try to read through it kind of fast, so I'll wait till the end to tell you much about him. So a Frankland in his company appeared, as white as any daisy shone his beard. Saguine was his complexion. He loved dearly to have his sop and wine each morning early. Always to pleasure would his custom run, for he was Epicurus's own son, who held opinion that in pleasure solely can man find perfect bliss and have it wholly. Householder he, a mighty and a good, he was St. Julian in his neighborhood. His bread, his ale, were always prime, and none had better store of vintage than his own. Within, yeah, I think we are too. Within his house was never lack of hasty, or fish or flesh, so plenteous and tasty, it seemed the place was snowing meat and drink, all dainty food whereof a man could think. And with the changing seasons of the year, ever he changed his supper and his fare. Many fat partridges were in his mew, and bream in pond, and pike in plenty too. Woe to his cook if all his gear were not in order, or his sauce not sharp and hot. And in his hall the plenteous platters lay ready upon the table all the day. Hi, Lalo. At session he would play the lord and sire. He went to parliament as knight of shire. A dagger and purse of woven silk hung at his girdle, white as morning milk. As sheriff he had served, an auditor. Nowhere was any vassal worthier. Nice to have you. You had an ordeal getting here, right? Sorry. Yeah, just always call the school before you check on a bus, because if someone's free, especially, except for Tuesday when Mr. Mion helps with chapel. So sit down, darling. Nice to have you. Okay, so here comes some more. Hi, Pepe. Nice to see you. Glad you made it. Sorry it was such an ordeal.
Don't worry.
Okay. So, guys, we're on page 52. We only have 5 more minutes of class, so maybe you can get a little something from it. If not, you can watch it. Hi, Eric. Glad you got a donut to comfort you in your trauma. See, guys, when you're parents, you can tell your kids about how hard it was to get to school, how you got stopped at the bridge, and then you had to catch a bus, and you got to school, and all you had was donuts and water.
You had to go uphill both ways.
Yeah.
So what did the Franklin do other than eat food?
Okay. Let me give you a quick summary of this. This is page 52. The Franklin was wealthy enough to have a great meal prepared all the time. He had served in the government. It said he was a knight, a sheriff, an auditor, like kind of like a attorney, legal work. So it says he's a vassal, which means he works under the king. And it describes him as white-bearded, red complexion, and his interest in life is food. Like, that's what he cares about. Not how you eat it, but the fact that it exists. So without going into a lot of detail, I would emphasize that he always had to have everything the best and every day. Like, he started his morning with wine, which is not very good for you, I don't think, in the morning, but he had to have wine in the morning, and then all day long it was like lubies, like there was fish and meat and pasta and pastry and desserts always laid out, and people could always come and eat with him. But he was so demanding that if one of his cooks made some kind of, salsa of some sort, and he didn't think it was just perfect, he would get after them. So it wasn't just that he was generous and always had an open door policy for the neighbors. He wanted everything perfect for himself too.
What did Chaucer think?
I think Chaucer probably would like to go to his house for dinner. When you when you hear somebody who's an obsessive foodie, what do you think of them?